Oh. Does that look okay? What is up, guys? I hope you've been taking care of yourself and staying safe in these crazy times. So today I am going to talk to you about my 5 tips on how to become successful and top rated on Upwork. So a little bit about me. My name is Zach. I am the creator, founder of zacinspiredgraphics. I hate it when people are like, oh, I'm the CEO. Well, I'm just by myself, as you can see right here. So yeah, and I work on Upwork, and that's my primary source of income. And I started seriously working probably in about February. That's when I started seriously working. And the thing I noticed was, for one, I picked the worst time because that's when COVID hit, and COVID was just around the door, and I was feeling so good because I got my first couple of clients, and then I was moving on up, and then COVID hit, and then I felt like nobody wanted to do business. Everyone was scared. Everyone was panicking, and yeah, it was a very scary time, and I ended up having to get a part-time job to to kind of combat the income. So I went from that to being top rated on Upwork, being, I had my blue star, I had my little notification thing, and I've had, I think, well over 40-50 jobs since February, and I've done this full time, and so it's about, like 8-9 months or something like that. Tip number 1, and that is, it's probably the most one of the most important tips, is to show up to work every single day. Working for yourself especially is the hardest thing that you can do. I noticed that when I had a full-time job, I would work 8 hours, 9 hours, even 10 hours. But then when I started working for myself, you're working literally, for me at least, 12 to 15 hours every single day, because you're going to work and you have about 5 or 6 different hats on, and that is very time consuming. You have to be your salesperson, you have to be the marketing person, you have to be writing proposals every single day, and there's so much going on that you can't, it's a big time commitment. Tip number 2 that I wish I knew is to not work for free. And if you do it with extreme prejudice and extreme caution. I have countless examples of me in the beginning, because you're so hungry for clients, you're so eager to want that portfolio, to build trust. You have not, it's a $0 earned or whatever, and you need that, right? So you'll do anything that is not worth your time. People will take advantage of you. There's people out there who do take advantage of people like that, and I'll give you an example. Now, this was actually earlier in my career. I had this is actually earlier in my career. I had a client come to me, and they weren't a client yet, actually. That's what's crazy. I proposed to a job. It was only 15 I bid on a job, and it's for a simple graphic design for someone's YouTube banner, right? It's $15, not worth it. Now I look back at it. He messaged me back and like, hey, I don't see that you have any work on there. Can you do this? Can you give me, here's the classic, can you show me, can you sketch it for me? Can you do like a test, a trial? Be very wary when they throw the test and the trial, and say, yes, sure, whatever. I'll do a quick little banner. I just basically put some text on top of a circuit board, picture of a circuit board, and then I add some coloring into it. I sent it to him, not in the full res. It was just a screenshot, and I was just like, hey, also send screenshots, by the way. I sent it off, and I said, hey, not the final file. I said, hey, here it is. What do you think? And he goes, hey, I really like it, but can you change this? Can you modify this? And I was like, yes, I can. So me being naive, me being dumb, I modified it and I sent it back and I said, what do you think about this? I'm thinking like, hey, this is proof that I can do it. And he said, yeah, but we're gonna need to change some things. I was like, great. So even then though, I had the foresight because my dad told me, he said, don't ever do anything for free, or maybe it's from the Batman. If you're good at something, don't do anything for free. So I said, okay, well, if you can go ahead and send me the job offer, then, we can get this thing started, do a closing statement. And so he's like, yeah, once I get the funds, be wary of that. Once I get the funds, what? Like, that sounds so crazy. You don't have the money and you're going to try to call shots. So he says, once I get the funds, I'll do it, but I do need all these changes. Can you please work on the changes? And I just said, I'll wait until you send me the contract and then I'll start working. He wanted me to do another revision. Technically, this is a third revision, and we haven't even signed the contract, and it's for $15, okay? Mind you, this has probably already taken me an hour. So that means I'm at $15 an hour, which my rate right now is about 30, okay? So it's crazy to think that that's where I was at. So yeah. Okay, cool. Always ask, or tip number, I don't know, I'm just gonna wing it now. Always ask, make sure you ask for reviews. Reviews are super important, especially in the beginning. Just say, hey, listen, it's really competitive, can you please leave me a review or whatever. Don't end the contract, wait for them to end the contract, and if they don't end the contract, leave it open. Because if you end it too soon, then I learned the hard way that I was ending the contract before. I went through about 10 clients and I ended the contract. I was like, okay, we're done. I ended the contract. They couldn't leave me 5-star reviews like they wanted to because I ended the contract. It completely locks them out on Upwork for their reviews. And I was like, what? No wonder, because my score was going lower and lower. Your job success score, that matters, by the way. The job success score is so crucial in the beginning, and it's so fragile. So that's why when you do find work, it's probably going to be cheap. It's not going to be your value at all. And honestly, it's going to suck. It really is. But push, keep going, and hopefully, or if you're an amazing salesman, someone will pay you more. Push and you will get there. Always over deliver. If they ask for one logo, because that's my line of work, if they ask for one logo, give them a logo, give them a whole bunch of options. In the beginning, my gimmick was, I'll give you the source file. I knew a lot of graphic designers who were so like petty, not petty, but they would charge, like a lot more money for the source file. And I'm just like, dude, this takes me 2 seconds to export the PSD or the export the AI or the Affinity is what I use. So it takes me 2 seconds. I'm gonna do it. I'll do. There's a site called Place It, and they'll give you free mock-ups. I think Adobe has another program where they give you free free real-world mock-ups. Go on that site. You can just upload your finished logo or whatever that you design. I'll give them real-world mock-ups along with multiple versions. They never asked for all this. They just wanted you to design a logo, but just show them that you care. Be extremely empathetic, care about the client, go along with them, over-deliver every single time. I still to this day over-deliver. They ask me for this, I'm like, cool. I make sure I get the job done, and then I'm like, well, here's a freebie, here's an extra whatever. Think about those Uber drivers or Lyft. Like when you get in there and they have candy and all that stuff. It's the little extra stuff that no one thinks about that makes a huge difference. Because are you doing your job, or are you going the extra 200%? The crystal ball effect. I read about this in an Upwork article. If you do not have a portfolio and someone is like, oh, I need somebody that can do this certain web design or this whatever, like a line work or something, like a sketch of a cat. They're like, oh, I really need someone who specializes in cat sketches or something, and you need that money and you think it would be a cool job, then quickly, when you see that job posting, create the crystal ball effect where you quickly draw that cat, where you do that portrait of that person really fast, not the job, but just show it of create one of a different cat, create one of a different person, and then send it in the proposal. You can attach it in the proposal, so you do not have, it makes more sense to send a portfolio that is more relevant to the job, because at the end of the day, you can see the portfolio with a huge amount of technical stuff that's masterpieces from your art school, from whatever you went to, cosmetology, whatever, and it doesn't matter because they just want to know if you can get the job done. And their specific job is infographics. So their specific job is UI design. Their specific job is accounting, lawyer, whatever it is. If you can't show that, or at least convince them, and I hate to use that word, but at least gain that trust with them, they just don't want to do business with you because it's too much of a risk. Because at the end of the day, it's way too much of a risk. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. That's all I have to say. Hopefully that helped you, and if that provided any value, subscribe. I do a lot of tutorial videos, and I'm going to try to do some more videos like this to tell you my experience as a freelancer. So you guys have a blessed day. Again, my name is Zach from Inspired Graphics. Check me out, my website, all that stuff, Inspired Graphics. You can find me anywhere. You have a blessed day. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye.